once it's
Yeah,
live.
should I share on WhatsApp पे शेयर करूँ ना अभी तो लिंक तो।
हाँ, व्हाट्सएप पे भी कर सकते हो. Okay, think we're live. The video quality somehow on YouTube is not as good yet. Even today, mine doesn't look as good. Um, but let's make it work. We need to speak good quality content. If the visual is not good, make it up for good quality content. Hi, Alicia. Hi, Dia.
Hi, hello.
Hello. Alicia, you coming after what? How long? Two
Um,
weeks?
about 2 weeks, I think 7 days.
7 days.
Yeah,
So where were you these 7 days?
I was on an offsite with my company. So we went to Panchgani. It's in
Panchgani, where is it?
so it's close to Mahabaleshwar. I think you might have heard about Mahabaleshwar. It's in
I
Maharashtra.
have heard, but might my global audience, hopefully, for them
Yeah,
Mumbai is better to say
yeah.
than
Well,
Mahabaleshwar.
yeah,
Then
it's in
was it
Maharashtra.
like, is it like a forest area sort of? Like, was it beautiful?
Yeah, actually, it's more of like a hill station in Maharashtra. Uh, Full of greenery and it rains this season. So it
Okay.
was amazing to be part of the monsoon there. So we went to Panchgani. It was the place is known for strawberries.
All
It
right.
had yeah.
Strawberries. So it's a season of strawberries. Hi, Maya.
Hi, how are you?
Good. How are you? I was sending a link to Alex. She
I
said,
just I just forwarded her
said,
your email.
okay. Hey, Lisa. Hi.
Hey, how are you? Oh,
Let me start the recording too. Just in skill. Look at Lisa. Where are you still in the date mode?
uh-huh.
Looks
Yes,
like the
I
date is
am. I'm
on.
always in date mode. What, you don't know that? You should know that about me, Chetan.
Yeah, yeah, I should have, yes. And is it possible? I mean, I think you look fine. I mean, I was just thinking, since you're wearing black too, and then the background is dark, if you want to change the background, I get that you want to do date mode, but
I can change the background. I
just so
just
that
literally just created it now. It
Yeah,
doesn't
the
look.
date
okay,
date.
finally Alexandra is here, so amazing. Hi, Alexandra.
Hi, thank you so much for having us.
No, I'm excited. It's not usual. I'm sending somebody Zoom link on Instagram.
Like
It's the
this?
first time I've sent that. I just
Maya
realized.
just forwarded it.
Yeah. Hi, Darika. Hi, good to have you here.
Hi, thank you.
So let's get started. I'm just gonna record this as well, even though not to make you all nervous, but it's getting live streamed on YouTube. So if you mess up, it's
Well,
just live. So everybody's gonna look. So now it's really up to you guys, how you want to mess up or what you want to do. So why don't we just check if the YouTube is live? Can you check if you're live? If we are live, just put the YouTube link here as well so that we can send it ahead. And Alicia and Dia, by the way, they probably you don't know, but they're joining from India. Even Darika is, but
Yeah.
both Alicia and Dia, they have a special role in today's live stream. Like they have in all episodes, they've been helping me first practice going live since a week. Before we actually went live, we've been chatting and doing these sessions. No agenda, just talking. And then we thought, okay, now we're ready to go live. So they've been listening to me, going yap all the time. And probably I try my best to wake them up at 10:30 at night and, do it for an hour. So both are, in 20s. Dia is in early 20 and Alicia is 27. So I thought it'll be also good, even though, what you're building is in Canada, but just to hear from them, and both of them want to be entrepreneurs. So I thought, have them join today as well. How's that as an idea, as a surprise for Maya and Alexandra?
That's amazing. We're welcome. We'd love to learn from you and talk to you, and thank you for coming.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
not to forget mentioning Darika is also 27, 26. I'm putting every
Yeah.
woman's age out here. That's the wrong thing to do, I know. But for today's session, we had to, because what Alexandra and Maya are building are for women who want to be entrepreneurs or just do better in their career, and specifically targeting women in 20s, which is where I feel it's a different world and they need a lot more help. So amazing. And Lisa is going to play a very important role. If you are single, she'll probably start finding you a match right away because she runs a dating service, right, Lisa?
Yes, yes. Yeah,
So
building a
yeah,
dating community.
what is it?
Building a dating community.
Dating community. I like that. Your pitch has become so much now crisp. Just like 3 lines, that's it. But it's the right way to do it. How was your Miami event? Talking about community, you were in Miami what,
I
yesterday?
was in Miami. Yeah, the event was nice. It was smaller, but it was actually very much about building a community around dating, like meaningfully, and also how people like how dating is different in Miami, and also just kind of like they're like there are two different dating ecosystems, and going to market in Toronto is very different than going to market in Miami. So it was also a really good learning
Wow.
experience.
Like as a founder first, you're struggling to see the two cities have different startup ecosystem. Now there are two different dating ecosystems.
Yes, they're
Makes your
very
job
different
harder,
dating
right?
ecosystems.
Dating
And very
ecosystem, I
different
like
startup
it.
ecosystems too.
Yeah, dating ecosystems, I like it. So I think the women here also can give their views on their dating life and how they've been dating now, versus probably someone who was dating 10 years ago, 20 years ago, or even at a different age gap altogether. But I think that would be interesting to hear from them as well. So it kind of all came together. I was not planning to do it, but pitching, dating, and your LinkedIn personal, or just personal branding in general, forget LinkedIn. So Darika is an expert there. She I keep seeing her posts getting hundreds of likes. I'm like, how do you do this? Well, how can I get there? I try to get to 100, and I'm very happy that day I throw a party, that but that she gets to 800, 900, or thousands. What's the maximum post engagement you've got, Darika, so far?
So it has touched 8 lakh, 9 lakh. I think that's pretty common. Some of the posts do blow up, right? So 8 lakh, 9 lakh
No,
views.
800K impressions, you're saying. How many
Yeah.
likes? Tell us the likes.
So likes usually vary as per the post, right? So it can be 3,000, 4,000 as well, depending on the post, how that aligns with
Wow.
the audience. The number keeps on changing.
Wow, 3,000 likes. I don't know when I'll get there. Probably I should have stayed in India longer to just keep doing my social media because of just the numbers there, right? So you can actually build a lot more following, sitting out of India, of course, because of the numbers. But I've seen people do great stuff here as well. I mean, but 3,000, 4,000, if you get, that's amazing. Kudos. You must be doing something really good, and we want to hear that today. So now it's dating, pitching, and again, just LinkedIn marketing or your personal marketing. How do you like the theme now? Maya, Alexandra, and Lisa, maybe all three of you can comment on just this setup today.
Yeah, I think it's really interesting. It's kind of a little bit, full circle. We have women who are being successful in the cohort that we are serving. We also have these women also date, and also at the same time, I think, Darika, kudos for your LinkedIn success. Maybe we could learn also from how. What are some secrets? What are some things that we can connect with more people? I think that's what we all have in common. It's all about connection.
Amazing. Yeah. Alexandra, your thoughts?
Yeah. So I guess First of all, thanks so much for having us. Super cool to be here. This is such a diverse and dynamic group. So I know Liza, of course, and Maya is my business partner and co-founder for Starter Method. So for the other ladies on the call, it's so nice to meet you. I guess, what time is it in India now? Late at night?
Late at night,
Yeah.
10:30,
Yeah.
10:40 now,
30.
right?
Yeah, well, good for you. You're staying up late. Yeah, so I'm not sure if you're familiar with Starter Method. I'm not sure what Cheaton shared with you, but Maya and I are building a program and a community really focused on women in their 20s because we recognize that it's a really interesting time of life. Like you've just finished university or college, and there's tons of uncertainty and the need to make decisions, and making those decisions can be very scary. You don't necessarily have so much experience making these big life decisions, whether it's related to education or job or relationships. And so, Maya is a PhD psychotherapist, and I'm an organizational psychologist with experience in leadership development and working with employees to help grow their careers. So we are putting together a program to help women in their 20s who are facing challenges around decision making. We're going to launch by focusing on some of the challenging decisions related to career. And from there, we predict that women will come in with many other challenges, but at the end of the day, what we're teaching is a method. It's called the starter method. And that
Mhm.
method really applies to any decision or challenge that you're facing in your life. So that's a little bit of our elevator pitch. Maya,
Yeah,
anything that you maybe wanted to add?
I think you hit. Good job, Alex. Did it well. I'm gonna save
amazing.
for some stuff for later.
Yeah, it's been a while I've tested your elevator pitch, so I probably can talk about that as well. See, pitching is something that I have to do because of my core business. If I don't do pitching, they're like, "What are you doing? What is this live stream for? Just like bringing people together and talking?" I'm like, "Yeah, I can do that," but then in between, also talk about your pitch specifically, and we all are pitching, right? I think Darika is building a business, Lisa is building a business. Dia is planning to. Alicia already, is founder's office role in a company. So we can all talk about pitching as well today. But yes, dating and pitching would be interesting because I keep talking to Lisa about you do the same thing. You like in a way you've seen a lot of men pitch to women or women pitch to men. It's kind of your pitch deck is your Tinder profile, right? Or Bumble or whatever you prefer, because it has to get you a meeting or
Yeah.
a date, right, at the end of the day.
Yeah, absolutely it does. And I'm pitching all the time, me personally. Like I'm selling and pitching, and I'm pitching people to other people, right? It's about introductions, right? So it's like, well, like why is this person great? Like, well, so and so. And so like everyone has a pitch. So I'm essentially a pitch broker. A dating pitch broker.
Yeah,
It's
I'm
it's
helping
very
founders meet
interesting.
VCs, and you helping just people who want to date, like find the right match. We are brokers at the end of the day, right?
Yeah, we're all brokers at the end of the day, so I'm a dating a dating broker. Which is fine because that's ultimately, I mean, that is the layman's term, right?
Yeah.
So, but yeah, absolutely. Everyone has a set of criteria and everyone wants to meet someone like, specific, right? Or
So
like within their own tastes, and that's what
yeah,
they
yeah,
do.
within their own taste. Do they ask you like what should be my like pickup line? And do you give them some suggestions on what should be the pickup line? Like give us a few for our audience who may just end up coming here just to see how dating happens, if nothing else.
Um, no, people haven't asked me for pickup lines yet, but I have seen a lot of pickup lines in my experience being a single woman. So No, but thankfully, the people that I get are not the ones that are looking like for something. If the people that I get are people that are looking for, something real and that they cannot find on their own. So
Yeah.
they're not like, thankfully, the cheesy pickup lines haven't crossed my desk yet. It's more so like people are really looking for something meaningful, and that is very refreshing. And what that can look like is different for different people. So it doesn't only mean that it's like has to be a serious relationship or has to be marriage. It could just also be like just dating. But
Yeah.
they're not finding it on the apps and they're not
Yeah.
finding it online. And they're
Yeah.
also not finding it at other events that they go to. So they're coming directly.
That's why
And
you do events.
I also had someone, like a father, ask me to find, a partner for his two sons. So like,
Lovely.
yeah, so I'm thankful I'm not getting a crowd that's like, like a cheesy pickup crowd. I'm getting a crowd that is really searching for something.
I think you attract your own tribe, right? At the end of the day,
Yeah.
maybe that's what's happening. But there's also something called that maybe Alicia Darika can talk about is situationship, right? There's also now this term situationship. Just explain what exactly it is. If one of you know, both are smiling. They're like, we know it, but we have different versions of the definition.
Do you want me to explain it? Is that what
Yeah,
are
yeah.
you
They
asking
actually
me?
want to hear. They want to hear from you, I guess.
Um, so a situationship is something that's non-committal, that is usually short term, that, kind of like, well, yeah, I kind of want to date you, but I don't want to make you my girlfriend, but this is good for now. So, it depends. If people like don't want to commit and they're okay with like loosey-goosey boundaries, that's all good, but for most
Mhm.
people, that doesn't feel well, like it's not something that they operate well in. But yeah, it's just like I would say like an interim relationship,
Mhm. Yeah,
um, something that, can kind of bleed into the lines of other relationships, but
yeah.
nothing
That's a
too
polished,
structured.
very polished definition. Thank you for enlightening us. Darika, your thoughts on, the term situationship, just to bring you in. What a way to bring you in, right? Darika, talk about
Yeah.
situationship. By the way, she's also getting married soon. When is that happening?
Yeah.
It's
This happening
coming
in
soon.
November this year, so I might not be the right person to talk about. But then again, so situationship in India, I mean, particularly has become very common, wherein people don't actually want to commit, right? So they want to do stuff, etc., and they don't want to commit themselves to one person. So then there will be like, two, three other people as well that you won't get to hear about and all of that. So I am again not the right person, but situationship has become very, very common these days, and yeah.
Yeah. Thanks for mentioning it twice. You're not the right person. Of course, I know you're getting married. So, but good to know. Now, talk about just a little bit about yourself before we find now a topic for everyone. But Darika, like personal branding. Since you see a lot of it, and you do it for yourself, but also you coach founders and also VCs, right? In India, she also
Hmm.
coaches VCs to do their personal branding. So tell us a little bit about yourself, how long you've been doing it, just so
Hmm.
that people understand what you're building as well.
Sure. So most of the people that you meet, you would find them creating content on Instagram, Twitter, right? So I'm a LinkedIn first creator wherein I, created my account back in 2018. And, I started pretty early. I currently have around 800K plus followers and I run a modern day boutique marketing agency called Impacted, wherein I work with founders, investors, all of these people. So there's this notion wherein people say that, content creation is very easy. Oh, we can also do it. Why do we need your help, right? And that's where the problem lies because people feel that creating content or having a lot of knowledge does all the work. But I think it's more about understanding the technicalities, which I have seen because I've been on this platform since what, 6.5 years now. So I understand the minute details that are there. How can people connect with the right ICP? So every time this notion has changed. So I still remember my fiance, Shaurya. So I'm getting married to him this November. And he said that, Darika, I think I can create content for myself. I mean, you know, right? I speak at a lot of events, etc. What is something different that you're gonna do? So I was like, okay, just give me your account. I'll start creating content, then we'll see the difference. And he was like, oh, what have you been doing? My post did not, get any likes or comments previously when I was doing it. And, that I just call it the Darika effect,
The
right?
Darika effect. Wow.
Yeah. So I call it Darika effect, wherein I know what the right ICP is, how to attract the right clientele, because I've been there, I've seen that.
So
And
how
that's how the
many?
platform works.
So if it's only Darika effect, which is the great differentiator, so are you gonna if you're gonna go for then like there'll be a certain threshold of the number of clients, right? That you can do if it's only you. So how you plan to then grow your business just so that Maya and Alexandra also understand what you're building, and probably we can discuss about their method as well. But how do you plan to scale this? Is it more quality? You're gonna charge maybe millions to only five people, or you're gonna go, scale this, make an agency?
Hmm. So I already run an agency, but I'm very selective in terms of picking up the clients. So as I mentioned, I work with founders, with VCs, top folks, tier one brands. I also do influencer marketing too. So I ensure that I only pick up the best set of people, right? And not just work with anyone and anyone, because I have that credibility in the market. So, in terms of growing my business, I already have a team that's there. I have a team of 10 plus people who is helping me in and out. But I make sure that I'm the face of the brand. I'm the one who's, speaking to the client so that the client does not feel that, it's being handled by someone else. So I am
Yeah.
the brain behind everything that is happening. And of course, without the team, I can't do anything, right? So Darika can't be everywhere. Darika is also doing pitching. Darika is also hiring for the agency.
Yeah.
Darika is also attending meetings, right? So the team needs to take care of that, but I'm going to be the face of the brand.
Amazing, amazing. So now, Alicia, why don't you quickly talk about also so that they also have context what you're doing, how you're building this business, and what you plan to, because you and me been talking, you want to start something of your own, right?
Right.
Obviously, you don't have the idea yet what to start, but talk a little bit about the company you're working and what is your passion, what do you want to build?
So I really liked Lisa's idea of building a community. I think it's always in my head to build some community, maybe a community of young founders, or maybe people who are ambitious. Because I also love to chat. Because when me and Chisan connected, we love to chat about any topic. So like we can chat about work, life, and what do you want to do, like personally, growth. So I don't know. I'm not sure what kind of business I'm gonna do, but I've always been into founder's office role. I started my own company when I was 19, so I started into food industry. I realized that food is not my passion because I don't know how to cook. But the irony was I was running a business into food industry. So that's how I figured out that I am passionate about building things. So it could be into anything. Then I switched to another company that was into branding and marketing, influencer marketing. That also I enjoyed, and I started learning more about events. So then I figured out that I feel alive when I do an event and I like to meet people. So I figured out one more characteristic about me, and I want to do events. And now currently what I'm working is I'm building a marketing brand where we help companies to barter media. There's something about we help brands to liquidate their stocks, and this business model is something very boring. But what I like about doing here is to pitch and sell. So selling is one skill that I'm building right now, and I'm learning how to scale the company and build GTM for the current organization I'm working with. So future, I'm
Amazing.
still open to know what kind of idea I'm gonna build. So that's it. Yeah.
Yeah, can your method do that, Maya and Alexandra? Now up to you. Just to explain a little bit more about what you're building, and then also tell if they may or may not be your ICPs, but I'm just trying to understand where they are in their journey. How can their method help? How can your method help, brother?
Yeah, so it's interesting, Alicia, the pathway that you described about where you started and how you learn about yourself is actually very similar to the experience or what we call our experiments that we run with the starter method. And so learning your 20s is when the structure that you've had your whole life goes away. Like school finishes, there's no more rubrics, there's no more schedules, there's no more third year, fourth year, it just drops. And then all of a sudden there's no handbook, there's no direction. And what Alicia's described here is a really great example of a young woman who is doing those life experiments. Let me do this job for a bit. What am I learning, right? There's an intention associated with it. There's a reflection associated with it. There's learning, and she's developing like an evidence log of all the things that she is doing well.
Yeah.
And so, uh, this is a really introspective purpose, but not everyone has the skill set yet to be able to do those steps, be able to learn that. And like you look at school, like now in grade school, they're teaching financial literacy, right? Like because people didn't grow up with knowing how to deal with finances. And so the starter method is that next logical step, or the structure that helps you navigate your 20s. And then the idea, as Alex sort of alluded to, is we start with women who are navigating career uncertainty, but the method works with every uncertainty in life. So we bring you in your 20s, and then Alicia, you can join us, and then we could grow with you as you navigate other challenges and other uncertainty.
So that means it's also you're building communities online too. You're doing online cohorts too.
Yes. So I guess I'll just expand a little more, and then I'll let Alex add some more. So we're actually starting with workshops, so an online workshop to develop to implement the method, the starter method, and then following up with building a community. So an online community, not just of like, oh yes, a Me Too community, but also like a safe place to keep practicing those experiments, right? And not waiting for necessarily external opportunities for big experiments, but micro experiments that develop so that the women in our community can develop an evidence log to build self-trust around decision making. Alex, is there anything you want to
Yeah,
add?
no, I love how you described it. We are getting stronger and stronger at describing what it is we're doing. Cheating, you were
Mhm.
with us at the very beginning. Um,
Let's give
so
a shout out to High Tech, right? High Tech and Dan for making us meet and making this happen. I think an amazing community. I felt the energy in the room with very diverse founders. So I need to give the credit there. And a lot of chutzpah is the word, right?
love
I've stolen that word and I'm using it for my team as well. Like Alicia is laughing because that's the right word, right? I need
it.
people to see, what is the level of chutzpah. So yeah, great
Love
that we
it.
met. So your pitch is getting better for sure.
Yeah. I actually have a follow-up question for Alicia and Darika. So with starter method, people are going to join when they recognize they're struggling with a decision and they need some support. And, I think the journey and starter method will kind of evolve because you have harder periods in your life, then you have successful periods, then you face a new challenge or a new decision you need to make. So it sounds like the two of you are both strong, confident, self-assured women. And I'd be curious to hear from you if you were to think back to a particular point in your life in your 20s where you were perhaps facing a decision or a challenge, you were really unsure. What was going on at that time? And what did it feel like? Um, what obstacles were kind of standing in your way to take that next step?
I'd love to take that up. So for me, I was previously in the corporate wherein I was working with American Express, right? So the transition from there to starting my own business was something which was very difficult because I think working with organizations like these is a dream come true, right? Amex has a great work culture. I absolutely, loved my time there. But I think at the same time, I was very passionate about starting something of my own. So the fear of, how people are going to judge you, why are you leaving corporate to start something of your own, wherein personal branding as a space had already evolved, right? So when I started, it's been about an year now since I started my own agency. So the fear of, starting something of your own, how are you going to build your team, even though I came from an HR background, so I knew how hiring is going to happen. But then again, it was a different transition wherein I was still thinking of the stuff like an emergency fund. What if it does not work out? What am I going to do? Do I go back to corporate again? But in my mind, I was sure I don't want to go back. There's something that I'm going to pursue. I want to work for myself. So I think there were a lot of obstacles with the fact that, how are people going to perceive it? Even though those four people don't matter. But, the question comes in again and again. But then I was, I think, hell-bent on the fact that I have to do this right. So taking the decision of resigning from the company and then starting something of your own and having that belief in yourself that I will be able to achieve it.
Mm-hmm. Excellent. How do you remember how long you were perhaps like sitting with the decision, contemplating the decision?
So I think it took me like 6, 7 months to sort of make up my mind and then just go ahead with it. Because, see, if I don't take the decision, no one else is going to do it for me, right? So I am the one who needs to decide that, hey, this is it for me. And I will be responsible for the repercussions later on. So I should not be putting blame on anyone else that, hey, you persuaded me to do this.
You're very you're ahead of your years because I think some
Yeah.
of that only came to me in my 30s.
Mm-hmm.
Um, that's when I felt like I started to face some really big consequential decisions.
Mm-hmm.
And it takes time to develop those skills and that confidence. And if you can develop those skills when you're young, and it sounds like you
Yeah.
have, I think that it just gives you extra years to be yourself and make decisions that are truly aligned with your values and who you want to be.
Right. And interestingly, I was also surrounded with a lot of people who were actually pursuing something of their own, who were leaving corporate. So that kind of also helped because I was surrounded by those set of people who actually want to start something of their own, and all of them were women. So, breaking out of that typical corporate setup and starting something of your own was very inspiring.
So one quick follow-up question. So it
Sure.
sounds like you had a community that people kind
Yeah.
of on the same
Yes.
journey as you. I don't know if everyone has that community. So I guess my question is what Maya and I are building with Starter Method,
Mm-hmm.
the whole goal is to help you make those decisions, learn the skills and the tools, and do it within community. Do you think
Yes.
that would have been relevant for you at the time? Or do you think it could be relevant to others who maybe don't have that built-in community?
Absolutely. I think that could be relevant because, when you're surrounded by all of those people, it kind of helps wherein you can take that advice, take that mentoring, which is precisely what you guys do by women for women, wherein you have a community, you do certain events. I'm someone who also used to host a lot of events. So all of these people came together, we, brainstormed, discussed about different things. When people used to come to me and say that, we love what you're doing and, how did you go about it? We've been facing the same thing. We also want to start something of our own. We don't know how to go about it. So I was sort of thankful to the community that I had, and the sort of events that I used to do. But definitely people can make use of the community and the events that you do, and it's going to be very
Yeah.
beneficial for them. Yeah.
I didn't know that we are all community people, by the way. I mean, I was like, everybody's in community, talk about Lisa building her own community, you both. Darika, I know she's building an amazing community. We've done events together, Alicia as well.
Yeah.
So it's such a common thing now. Everybody wants to build a community now, right? Like, because I feel somewhere in this whole tech and AI, everybody's got so tired of it. They're like, we want to meet real people. I think it may be a post-COVID effect also. There's a lot of things that have made that happen, that people want to get out and meet people, right? And they want to do events.
Yes.
So that's good that we all are doing that. Maybe one thing that could come out of it is do a joint event, right? Like together, and bring women in 20s, have them pitch and also have them date. So Lisa is
That's
like,
right.
let's make it happen, right? So Lisa, I'm gonna bring you also in the conversation. Darika and Alicia, so Darika is obviously getting married, but if she has a profile for you, and you happen to find her Shaurya, which is my friend, what would that profile would have said? If you would have presented her to my friend Shaurya.
I'm spicier than I look.
Spicier than I look. Wow.
Everyone wants to be a little everyone wants to be spicy, you know, spicy's in the thing, you know.
Spicy in just like fierce and in terms of just approach to life, and of course I know what you mean, but I'm just saying spicy can have like a very strong connotation as well, right? So that's
Yeah,
a good one.
but I think it's playful. At the end of the day, a profile, um, in online dating, it's very hard to be able to catch someone's essence, right? Like, you know, you can have great pictures, all these great things, but it's very hard to be able to show your charm, your charisma, your humor, right? So we have to use different words, different ways to activate people's senses and people's like um, a connection to your profile. So, you know, using words that like a play on word, something playful that shows your humor, your charm. I think that is really what it's all about. So you're spicier than you look. You know, it's some that's funny. Someone's gonna be able to say like, oh, she's funny or she's playful. That creates a connection point versus
Yeah.
than just something like, you know, oh hi, like I'm cute. You know? Right?
Liza, can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
And when people join your community and they're talking to you about your profiles, and setting up a profile and how to work with your app and within your community, do they come with any uncertainty? Do you hear people like debating and like what does that sound like in the dating and with I guess that decision? Like who do I date? How do I date?
Yeah, people do have uncertainty. Of course, it's like it's um I think because people come from different walks of life and different stages, right? And you know, sometimes people can be looking for different things all at the same time too, right? So, but I think the most important thing is being able to like create a profile that, you know, kind of speaks to you, right? Like within my community, everyone's kind of vetted and vouched. So everyone has like a vouch note from someone else, and there's a vetting process so that way we can build a trusted community. But and when it comes to like, yeah, people are unsure because they don't know which foot to put forward, right? So that's very common and you see that everywhere. But I think just because I'm new and like I'm very much involved in that process, I'm able to like guide and help and being able to set people up on the right path when they join Date Club.
Yeah, it's almost like they're finding a way to share their identity in a way that
Yeah.
makes it attractive to someone else. And yet many people are stuck with identity. They don't necessarily know who they are, what they want, all at the same time.
Correct. That is correct. There is
Not
that as well.
That's not an easy thing, obviously, to do. There's so much luck to, in general, having people meet, and then you have to play sort of that Cupid. You must be getting a lot of blessings once that once that relationship happens. So because it's not easy in today's world, like I keep hearing a lot of chatter on online, right? That just relationships are getting harder, and it's just so all that thing. But before that, we should not forget that we need a line for Alicia as well. Alicia, maybe that's a tagline you might want to use. So Lisa, what can it be for her?
Don't play it safe.
Don't play it safe. Nice. What gave it away?
I don't know. I just feel like it's kind of like you have a spunky character. You're always smiling. Like it's like someone's like online presence shines in different ways. But also I feel like the more catchy, like kind of the shorter profiles also do really better, like do much better in online dating. If you're gonna write like a long paragraph, I guarantee you no one's gonna read it because nobody reads past line, like second line, you know? So putting something that is like catchy up front and gets people to ask you questions. So an open-ended question, for example, or a statement. That's all also very kind of very catchy.
Yeah. If you happen to use it and it works for you, Alicia, then send a screenshot to Aliza.
Credits.
Okay. She she
Credits.
she would she would take she would take the credit. So that's good. That's good. I hope you're all liking the conversation. I know that I told you just come prepared. We're gonna go with the flow, but obviously, we want to cover a few things that you all are building, and just from knowing now from what both of them are building, give me like maybe give Darika or even Dia is on the call. Dia, are you still there? She got the camera off. She was listening, but give them a reason that to join your community. What would that be? Like a pitch to the potential members of the community. I want to hear that pitch. Last time I heard the investor pitch. What would that be, Alexandra? You
Oh, are
or
you asking
Maya?
us to
Oh,
pitch
Okay,
yeah,
for
okay.
sorry.
you?
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay, I
like
wasn't sure
I'm just
which
curious. Why
direction.
would what would you? How would that conversation be with? I think Darika, you already mentioned join our community.
Yeah.
Like for Alicia, what would that pitch be? Like why to join your community?
So I guess I'd start off by asking Alicia, like thinking back over the last 2 weeks, what's been a struggle for you? What's been most challenging?
Yeah, I think prioritizing what do I want, like working, balancing my work and my love life or my health. Like I just get confused. I have to sit back and I have to write down what I have to prioritize first. That's the daily struggle that I go with. Last 2 weeks that I've been doing.
That's such a perfect answer because part of our method, the whole decision-making process is about prioritizing, making trade-offs and ultimately making a decision. And it can be so difficult to make those decisions because we want it all and we want it all at once. And so if you join our community, our membership, and you join us in our first workshop, where you'll learn the starter method, you'll also have that opportunity to apply the starter method to those difficult decisions. That you are needing to make on a daily basis. It's not just for big life decisions, it's for the small decisions. When you're prioritizing, do I prioritize X? Do I prioritize Y? The starter method is going to help you uncover your values, get clear on what you want, and ultimately make those decisions with more ease. How
That
was that?
that that Alicia, now you can say honestly you want to join or no. I want to hear the honest admission. And is there a price also first, Alexandra? Like, is there a cost to join the cohort?
So we're working through all of this. Our first workshop will be, Maya, what did we land on?
I think, well, hold on, I'm pulling it up. I don't know anything unless I look at the calendar. Sorry, guys, because I'm not in my 20s anymore. I think we landed 19th or 26th. I
No,
can't.
no, that was the date. It was how
Oh,
much? How much are we charging?
I think $39.
39, yeah. So we're charging $39 for our first workshop. And by the way, it's a 90-minute session. And then a week later, we follow up for a 30-minute session where we get to come back, reflect on the actions that we took, the learnings.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's going to be workshop part one, part two. And from there, we're going to continue to build and host workshops on other topics that feel very challenging. And maybe topic number two will be about prioritizing. There's so many things I want to do. I don't know what to focus on.
Yeah. So Alexandra, that was a good pitch, but I'll try to make a pitch now, just because I know her a little more. But before that, Dia is also joined in. Dia, how old are you? 19, 20?
21.
21. Okay, 21. And you right now are interning for, an interior design company. She wants to be an interior designer, but your next step is somewhere down the line become, an interior designer.
Yeah.
So getting on that journey would be what? How far away is it? Like 6 months, a year, or more than that? Or you don't know?
About a year and a half. Like
About a year
independent.
and a half. So is that your ICP, Maya, Alexandra?
Yeah, I would definitely want to ask more questions, but you're 19 years old. Sounds like you know what you want to do. Is that right?
Yeah, 21.
21, just 21.
Oh, sorry.
I
Yeah.
think I have a good idea, but not exactly.
Yeah.
Okay. Maya, do you want to
Yeah.
take
So I
over?
think,
Yeah.
I think in terms of, so Dia, like we would love to have you join us. I think our beachhead currently is looking at, we're starting with a specific area, really that like small little tiny circle that we learned about in our high tech training. The women who are experiencing some challenges around careers while they're sort of in it. So I know what I don't know what I want to do, whether I want to leave, do I want to stay, do I want to move laterally? And so where we're beginning is, I would say, probably closer to the experience of someone who's already in the workforce, but around 24. And yeah, this was to let you know, I think it's really this iterative process that we've gone through. It's not easy and to decide where to start, and it's definitely not where we want to, like our idea is that we want to be able to grow to many problems across that quarter life crisis time period of like your 20 to 30. The reality is that the method applies to all of the challenges in that time frame. That method also will go with you as you leave starter method to keep coming back as you challenge other things in your 30s, marriage,
Yeah.
Darika, motherhood, et cetera, et cetera. But, I think our beachhead is really in that like 24-ish range, somebody who's already sort of in that workforce and feeling stuck around there.
Feeling stuck. So probably you not reached there yet, but not to say that we cannot pitch for you. So essentially, for one workshop, it's $40, and for the whole program, you keep paying for every workshop you take, basically.
Yeah, so at this moment, we are using workshop based, and then using it to validate our method, to
Yeah.
collect data, to see what works, to test hypotheses, to
Yeah.
to bridge multiple problems across the life, like that age range, and then have it evolve to a more longer program. But we want
Okay.
right now, we both come with so much clinical and corporate experience that is all validated evidence-based, but we also want to get induction. We want to get from the ground up. And so we're actually looking for a founding cohort.
Okay.
Can I add one
Got
thing?
it. Mm-hmm.
I just wanted to ask Dia a question. So, as Maya was saying, our first workshop is going to focus on 24 to 29. You're not sure if you're in the right job, if you want to stay, if you want to go, if you want to move laterally. But we're going to launch different workshop topics that focus on different challenges, right? Because it needs to speak to the challenge or the pain that the person is experiencing. So Dia, if we were to launch a workshop, let's say, for 20 to 24-year-olds, I guess I'd be curious to hear from you. So it sounds like you want to go into interior design. You might be about a year and a half away. Are you still in school right now?
Yeah, I'm like the last year of my university.
I didn't hear that. It's cutting out a bit.
Yeah, it's cutting out.
Oh, can you hear me properly now?
Better. Yeah.
Yeah.
I am in the last year of my university right now.
Oh, you're in
College.
the last
Yeah.
year.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fourth year, I think, right? Yeah. She's in third or fourth year.
Okay. So curious to hear from you. Like, what are some of the things that are on your mind? Is there anything that keeps you up at night that you're worried about in terms of finishing undergrad and taking that next step?
So there's definitely that doubt of, like how in university you have like projects that are conceptual, but eventually it's gonna get real. So how do you like really take the step of making like a real impact in the world and the doubts that come with it?
I'm
Um,
having trouble hearing. I don't know if maybe it would be
Yeah,
helpful.
I think what she's saying is she's basically right now, like in general, have doubts about how she gonna pursue or that whole journey, because that's the other gap, right? Like what you are solving for is that 24-year-old just sort of getting into that career. There are these other gaps, for them as well, right? They want to be an entrepreneur. It's not even career. They've decided on being entrepreneur, but they don't know what to do next. So that is
Right.
again a specific sort of problem, and I think your cohorts would kind of try to also address in these specific age group, and that's why it makes sense
Yeah.
to be razor sharp focus on those 24-year-old, right? I get it.
Exactly. Yeah. So we're going to have different workshops that are razor sharp, focused on different problems, and then that will all funnel into our
Yeah.
community.
And you both are PhD psychologists, right? Like one of you or both of you?
I'm an organizational psychologist, so my focus was on psychology applied to the workplace, so
Yeah.
organizational behavior, leadership development, employee well-being, but
Yeah.
definitely have
And
spent my whole life just learning about psychology and like the clinical elements as well.
And I
Got
am
it.
a registered psychotherapist, and I have a PhD in behavior change where I work more on the clinical side, both helping individuals make behavior change across different life changes,
Wow.
as well as program development for organized like health organizations.
You know how to deal with people, Lisa.
Yeah, I just wanted to chime in here, because like I met a couple of young people over like just like through like course of life in recent few weeks or so, or all, who are also kind of undecided what they want to do, and they're in their early 20s, some even a little bit y- younger. And they do want to start their own businesses just like I yourself, but they don't know like what to do. A lot of times it's like you have to go and try different things to understand what it is that you like to do. And if you don't know what you like to do, then you need to go and try just random things that that you think you would enjoy. And then you'll understand what feels good to you, what you're good at, and kind of how, and then you will see down the road how that will manifest. And I say this from experience because when I was in my early 20s, I was organizing events and fundraisers and parties when I was living in Miami. I did philanthropy events, I did nightclub events, and things that I just loved. I just love to do it. And I never in my life thought that what I love to do, I could turn into a business. Now, I'm much older than 24 at this time, not to age myself over here. But fast forward a few years, here I am. I'm like, oh, I used to do this and I did this. And all of a sudden, you can combine all these different skills that you did and that I did in my early 20s into an actual like flourishing business. So therefore, you have to go and try different things, get yourself involved in different projects. Like if someone asks, oh, do you want to help with this? Just say yes. Like you
Yeah.
don't know what's gonna happen. Just say yes, go explore, go and learn. And that's how you understand what you're good at, and you'll be able to become an entrepreneur, like by the things that you do through your skills and through your interests.
Amazing.
Yeah.
And
Can I just add one thing to that?
yeah.
That is so on point, the idea of taking that risk and moving a challenge. The one piece I would add as advice that I always tell my clients, people that I've mentored, um, students that I've mentored is it's important to do, but it's so important to close that loop and to reflect because do like Lisa, you're right. Like just do and try new things. But what I heard you describe, Lisa, is that you did something in your 20s and you reflected upon it and realized it much, only 5 years later. Um,
Right.
that that this is something that you really enjoyed. And so I guess starter method is really this idea of like, you don't need to wait 5 years or X number of
Yeah.
years between learn about yourself. Let's develop that skill early on even as
Yeah.
early as for Dia in that
Yeah,
early.
for now, so now my consumer pitch to Dia, Darika, and Alicia, why to join this program is $40 is literally 4,000 rupees, okay? And you would pay for your therapy a lot more. So trust me, there are these
Exactly.
two people who are giving you an access to a community built with people all over the world, but especially in US and Canada. So you can learn a lot sitting out of India how women in US and Canada are building their businesses. And for that session, getting access to both of them who are two brilliant psychologists and working with people, I think it's a no-brainer. It's just one date less, and go out to eat one date less, right? Like that's my pitch. That's my pitch to them, right?
I
And
love
if you
it.
still
Love it.
if you still don't get convinced, then I mean these people are not the right TG for you, okay? So
This was perfect.
yeah, I mean, if I was when I was in India and I wanted to build my business here, if I get access to somebody like you, here for that kind of price range, I would think, hey, I want to be an entrepreneur, which would need investment, and this investment is literally me going out for one less meal in that month, and I get access
Mhm.
to talk to Maya and Alexandra and the other people. I mean, it's a no-brainer, so
Mhm.
not to put you guys under pressure, but all three of you, but that's my pitch, because that also touches upon um sort of making it a little more relatable to them, and making and quantifying what they are paying for you for what other choices they are making for the same price, right? I mean, I'm giving you some marketing ideas too, like
Yeah.
and then even quantify it with the therapy session with a therapist, which a lot more Gen Z now, even in India, are taking, right? I mean, of course, it can start with somewhere around maybe $10, $20, but then for $40, people pay that kind of money, right? I think therapy is expensive. Doesn't matter India or anywhere.
Yeah, therapy, coaching, career
Yeah.
counseling, 100%. Yeah. So essentially, like, we want to target all of these different pain points, different challenges. For one person, it might be, I want to leave corporate and be an entrepreneur, but I don't know what to do. For someone else, it might be, do I stay in this job? Do I go? For the next person, it could be about relationships. We're going to target the different problems and then bring them into a community, where they can then connect with others going through the same challenges and learn the method, that it will be more in depth.
Yeah, I mean, some ideas I gave you, but I have also able to understand a lot more with this discussion today. Now, Darika, I'll bring you now into also just now all three women now a lot better, right?
Yeah.
So why not just give a little bit of, even though you don't have to see their LinkedIn, we can actually open each one of your LinkedIn if you're okay with it, just so that Darika can give their first thoughts, and are you okay with that?
Yeah, great.
Yeah,
Yeah, no
okay. I
problem.
like it. I like it. So, live stream has to be something a lot more raw, right? If you're expecting everything, then what's the point of coming to live stream, right?
This is totally raw because I haven't updated my LinkedIn yet. Like, it's actually going to be a little bit
Yes.
confusing when you see it.
Are we gonna get embarrassed? Let's see. Okay, so you're gonna first see that all of you are now getting live streamed. So don't feel nervous. You're on YouTube. We don't have a lot of followers watching, but that's the plan. You are part of something special. If it grows, you were part of it from really early days. Okay, so thank you for your support. I think I'm not logged into this browser. Let me change my browser, and maybe we can pick up one by one all of you. Just say a hi to me on my LinkedIn, so it's easy to find you. If you can find me and say a hi, that'd be nice. And whoever says the hi first, I'm gonna obviously open for that person. And let's see who's there. So I have my friends who are texting me here. They'll be like, "Why are you putting me on live stream? What the hell, Chetan?" I'm like, if you are connected to Chetan, that's the risk you take in your life, right? And
And how
Lisa is
did
like,
Jaden and Derica, did you know each other before? How did you get connected?
so we actually got connected through her to-be husband, and that's how, and we did an event together where I did a
Yes.
show in India called Startups, stand-ups and coffee. Oh, actually, coffee, startups, and stand-ups. So we got stand-up comedian. I did a 5-minute set, and also her fiance did a great hosting. Shout out to Shorea for emceeing the whole event. So that's how we got to know each other. and then he introduced me to her.
Lovely.
Well,
Yes, so
I just want to
that's what.
clarify, since you just see on your screen, that I need some updating as well. So this is very raw, but I'm ready.
Yeah, maybe another plant. Maybe it's updated to 3 plants now on the
Oh yes,
top.
another plant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lovely. I think so.
Right.
I'm gonna start right from the top because I'm a person who wants to use the real estate really well, right from, and people don't use for some reason their cover so well, right? I mean, I mean, I've obviously done that on my profile. If you go and see, because
Hmm.
just so that each this cover is actually an opportunity to tell, right? So my first thing is this. Actually, I've used a carousel. I'm one of the few ones who also uses a carousel. You can actually convey different messages
Hmm.
about my podcast, about my workshops, and about my business. So three things, and I've done that very intentionally. Three different messages, so people when they're looking at it, they can browse through it. So probably that's the one thing you should start thinking about doing, Maya, because I think your story, you can actually tell a story through your carousel also, right? Think about it like a deck which is going from left to right. Maybe you can tell a story on your carousel. So I don't think so. You using that real estate. That's my first thought. And then Darika, what about the headline? Any thoughts there? Is it exciting enough
Yes.
to have join her
Not
community?
really, not really. So just like you have pickup lines in dating, pitches, for startups, right? Similarly, you have a personal branding statement here, right? Which tells you a story. So I think in your case, what we can do is, because you are building for women, we could talk like helping women navigate through major life decisions, or
Yeah.
something like that. We can have like a personal branding statement which kind of tells what you guys are actually building. And then we can mention that you're a psychotherapist and you're building at the intersection of psychology training, like 2 to 3 skills that you're very very good at, and probably the number of women you've impacted till date. So probably a number, whatever it is, XYZ, that kind of helps the person to understand what they're going to come across even before they sort of open your profile. So when I saw Chetan's headline, I knew that this is the perfect one that he has used, wherein he's mentioned the number of the client, right? There's a personal branding statement, there are skills. So whenever someone is searching for Maya, they'll be able to understand what they are here for.
Awesome. Thank you. Wow. This is
Yeah, see, that's at least we got the this part sorted now. And then coming to Lisa, I'll put yours as well. It's already two, so I know I hope we have time till 2:30. If you are okay, I don't want to rush it, but if you have some commitments, you can let us know. Any of you?
No, I'm good. I'll just warn you that it's funny because when you change your job on LinkedIn and the whole world gets notified?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You have
So,
an option. You have an option not to make them
right.
notified.
Yeah,
By
yeah,
the
yeah.
way,
You can
yeah.
turn off the notification. Yeah, and it
Right.
won't go to other
So,
people.
but anyways, for high tech, I added it to my profile and then I'm getting all these messages, congrats on your new job, your new role. And I'm like, it's a 2 month program.
It's a 2 month
Anyways,
program.
so Maya and I have an added starter method because we are, we want to be strategic about it. We want to make
Yeah.
sure our profile's up to date. So it's not there. And then you'll see my description below is
Hmm.
outdated and it focuses more on my corporate work.
Yeah, yeah. So that needs to be updated, and probably similar ideas at what Darika mentioned for Maya also, right? And both of you can actually use each, like the LinkedIn of each other's reach, and maybe say different messages
Hmm.
on each other's profile, right, Darika?
Yes, yes. And you guys can pick up different themes. So let's suppose Alexandra can talk about, psychology, human psychology, etc. Maya can talk about decision making, midlife crisis, whatever women face. So you guys can pick up different themes and start talking
Okay.
about it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, like hit them, different audience, right? You anyway need different cohorts, so different
Yes.
audiences. Yeah.
So you're going to tap
Now,
into different areas that ways.
yeah. Lisa, by the way, the MBA is interesting. What's with the MBA? First, I want to ask that. Like, and why do you feel it's important on a serious note?
Well, I do have an MBA from University
Yeah.
of Miami. It is important because I think it shows managerial experience, higher
Mm-hmm.
level of education, ability to lead, and so forth. And then, I mean, for corporate world, it is important in moving up the corporate ladder. I think
Yeah.
as a founder, it also creates credibility, and especially as a female founder, I think it definitely helps.
Oh, yeah. I don't know if you want to get into that. So that
No,
becomes,
but I
bec-
just always open a can of worms.
yeah. No, no. I mean, for me, honestly, I don't feel it matters to me because now I know Lisa and everything. Maybe that's why. And even if it was not there, uh, I think why are you on LinkedIn? I just want to understand your intent also. I know you run a dating service, but what is the other intent of being on LinkedIn?
Well, I do have a day job, so
Yeah.
I am on a LinkedIn. I've been on a LinkedIn for a very long time.
Mm-hmm.
So for various reasons, at this point, it is to just also kind of market myself, right? So I
Yeah.
do publish Day Club. I recently created Day Club page.
Yeah.
Anytime we are mentioned anywhere, I am putting it up there. Like we recently had a mention in the Toronto Star, so I put it
Mm-hmm.
up there, and just like different types of things. I think I definitely want to kind of slowly build out my presence on LinkedIn for Date Club, but it's like a piecemeal, you know.
But if, it's before Darika, you mentioned just to complete just so that we understand your intent. If your intent is to talk about Date Club, why is it not so obvious? Why are you a little soft about it? Like I thought maybe if you're doing your job, you don't want to mention. But if you want to mention and you want to tell people about Date Club, again, the whole thing can have so much about dating and relationships and just like connection, the community. I think
Yeah.
all that you can bring it out even in the carousel up there, and then obviously in your copy as well. That's
Yep.
what I will say can come in your headline as well.
I agree. I think I just at this point, I'm not there yet, because
Yeah.
it has to do a lot with building out content.
Mm-hmm.
And while I have content, it's not, I haven't, I haven't published it. So it's also being strategic in how I lay out the content. I am building like a social networking tool. Yes, I'm also building a community. So there's a lot of moving pieces, but LinkedIn is a
Mm-hmm.
very important place, and you have to be able to be very strategic about how you deliver content on
Yeah.
it to make sure you maximize what you like set out
Yeah.
to do. So
There's a
that's why,
lot.
I
I
haven't
think.
done it fully yet.
Yeah, there's a lot of thought to that. So I think the tagline for you also from me is don't play it safe. I
You're
think
right. That is a good tagline for me.
yeah, I mean
Little
I
by
think
little.
you're playing a little too safe on LinkedIn. I think Darika and me, we keep talking about it. I was like, hey, I'm doing this live stream. Should I put it on?
Hmm.
Should I put it on LinkedIn? I think the conversation we are having, why not, right? Like if we can make it
Absolutely.
into short clips and make it, why not, right? Earlier, I was thinking too much. Should I do it? Should I not?
Hmm.
But I think Darika, your thoughts on both Lisa and about this live stream going on LinkedIn.
As Liza mentioned, don't play it too safe.
You're giving it right back to me.
Yep,
I love
yep.
it.
You fell for it. You fell right into it, right?
I don't disagree. So I would love some tips from you. Maybe that's something that you and we could also talk about how
Yeah.
I can not play it safe. I'm very much like being an entrepreneur is very much also being a risk taker, right? So like, and I'm okay not playing it safe. I just want to be able to kind of understand, like, what are some great catchy content I could put on there. So that could be something I'd love to discuss.
Mhm.
Great,
I'm
great. So
curious.
yeah, Alexandra, sorry, before go ahead.
I'm just curious about finding that balance between posting and being strategic. It's something that Maya and I have talked about because we want to ensure we're being strategic and we're sharing a consistent message. But at the same time, we don't want to wait. We need to, get posting and be active because that's how we're going to learn about what works.
I think let's not think too much is what Darika you would say. It's like if you consistently post and you're doing the right thing for all of us,
Mhm.
if you want to give some tips just for all of us, before we get into our last segment, which is also a very exciting segment. But tell us about just some common themes for all of us. Now that there's some
Mhm.
common things you can tell.
Right. So I think with LinkedIn, people think a lot wherein they feel that, hey, what if we don't post? What is going to happen? Do we really need to be consistent? So I think you can divide your days in a way. Probably you can decide that I totally understand it's not possible for you to post, daily. So you can pick up like 2 or 3 days. You can start making a content calendar or a content bank wherein, you can just jot down the points that maybe you observe, put that in your notes app. Trust me, it's not that difficult. Try to sit over the weekend, take out like 15-20 minutes, and jot down the points that you want to talk about. And it's that simple, right? And it'll become a habit if you keep doing it consistently. So there's no such thing like, if you miss out posting one day, you feel that, oh, maybe I'll start next month, maybe I'll start next week. So you'll keep on building that, and then you can have certain themes for yourself, right? So you can talk about human psychology. You have a lot of stories to talk about, right? You guys do a lot of events, a lot of workshops. You can keep the names confidential if you want. Do a lot of founder storytelling, positioning your brand that way. So there are a lot of startups in India that are doing this. I don't know if you've heard about them. Leap Club, Herky, all of them are, building for women. So they focus a lot on the stories that are there. So they've positioned their brand that way, which
Yeah.
you guys can
Heard
also
of
do.
them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Leap Club. Yeah, I think Leap Club, great example of women community, was built around the time when I was building my company. They really grew to massive
Hmm.
numbers. Good playbook to see, Essentially, that's what you're building, a playbook for your 20s. That's the shortest
Right.
tagline
Yeah.
that I have, right?
I
Like
love that.
playbook for your 20s.
I
So
love that.
and probably use that. So let's do one last thing, and I'm excited about doing this because, hey, at the end of the day, I'm the deck story guy. I do presentations for a living, right? So Alicia has obviously agreed first before I would have said that out loud. But because she's single and publicly single, we can actually do a pitch deck for her to pitch to her potential suitors, and that's what we will do together. Alicia, are you nervous now?
Yeah, little.
So, Lisa, how do you like that idea? I'm gonna need your help. Okay.
That sounds good.
Maya
Happy to
Alexandra,
help.
are you up for it? Did you sign up for this? Are you up for it?
I got it. We're gonna we're gonna
Okay.
we're gonna
I
analyze
think,
the language and
and Darika, you anyway now getting married, so
Yeah.
you know the right punchlines needed.
Yes, exactly. From experience.
Okay, Alicia. So, like a typical pitch deck, what is right now the problem statement with guys out there, and, and why are you the solution? So, give us the give us the problem statement, of the guys, and why, and then follow it up with why Alicia is the solution. That's the first two slides, right?
So I have to tell the problem statement I'm solving
Yeah,
for
like
the.
what's going on with the guys, and why you are the solution. Basically, that's gonna be the pitch deck, right?
But I don't think that's right. I don't think that solution maps onto that problem because the problem is there's no good guys out there, right? And so
Precisely.
the solution isn't Alicia's great. It's like the solution needs to be guys, invest in yourselves and be better.
Actually, yeah. Now the whole category has changed. Now Alexandra is like, put, let me be in the investor's shoes. Now I'll ask you the tough question. So basically, the problem. So if she wants to, have the right suitors come to her, so she basically needs a deck to talk about herself, right? And maybe she finds the right suitor based on what she tells about herself. So maybe the deck is very different than any typical startup. As you said, the problem itself is that there are no right people, but you need to elevate them and maybe give them the method, the playbook for the 20s for guys, right? To to to
Yeah.
be good enough for Alicia, right?
we're gonna do start him.
Yeah.
Start
So
him.
so
Yeah.
So Alicia, what's your like ideal person that that you sort of want to date? Maybe we can try, and Lisa can then maybe find somebody in Canada. Who knows?
Oh, I actually have a lot of guys. There are great guys that come to my events. Happy to send them over.
Happy to send them over. Yeah. So Alicia, why dating is hard? Like, what do you want to talk?
Yeah, I think what the type of people I look for, like when I go on dates, is somebody who is intellectual to talk with, and somebody who's ambitious, so that I can hold a conversation with someone. And simple, like should be kind, or we can talk or have good time. So for that, I just need to have that intellectual compatibility with somebody. So that's the first thing. When you go on a date, you just find that compatibility, you feel like meeting again. So that's the first thing I look for. And then comes the ambition, then comes the lifestyle, then comes the common things in between.
Good.
So
So you value
yeah,
being able to have connection first, but
yeah,
that
right.
overlaps with you connect with people who are ambitious, who are intelligent, who are hardworking,
Yeah,
or kind.
kind, yeah, exactly.
Ambitious. There are a lot of ambitious, intelligent people. How come then you're not able to find what is the specific type? You need to go further than this broad TAM that you have discussed.
Yeah,
Ambitious, intelligent is a considerable TAM. What is
yeah.
your SAM and SOM, right? Like,
The person
I
should
know
be
that.
kind also.
Like,
Yeah, the person
like,
should
tell us
be.
further ahead, right? Like, who any particular characteristics of the people you like? Age bracket, age group, same age,
Oh,
younger, older. We're not judging here. Okay. So we need
yeah.
we need to get your pitch deck right.
I don't know, but I think I always have dated elder guys. So I always find the compatibility in somebody who's elder to me. So maybe one type. And then I think the person should be fun loving, because I'm very social. I like to go out every day. Somebody who's outgoing and extrovert, and somebody's open to try new experiences, because I like to learn new things. So if somebody who's introvert and likes to sit at home and read books, that would be like a different conflict of interest that way. So what else?
So
I
you
think
don't like people who read books. They should
no,
go
I
out
I think no,
and
no. So it should be a balance, maybe, because if I want that person to be like go out with me, so that he should not feel that I don't feel like going out. So that will
yeah, that's
be
true.
a conflict of interest.
So a party person who's still ambitious. So party hard, work hard kind of a person, basically, right?
Yeah,
That's
somebody who likes to take risk, actually, who's adventurous that way, because somebody would match my energy that on that level.
okay. Match
That.
your energy. Okay.
I love that.
So I'm basically asked ChatGPT because we don't have enough time, and ChatGPT is basically going to create a deck for us. Make a deck for Alicia as a dating pitch deck. She likes ambitious people who are intelligent, elder, fun,
Elder.
loving, someone open to try new experiences, match your energy. No question mark, no comma. Let's see what happens. Okay. So, so this is my prompt. Absolutely. Since this is a fun dating pitch deck, Alicia, Series A relationship pitch. Looking for a co-founder for adventures, bad dance
Bad
moves,
dance.
and great conversations. That's actually nice. I like the first option already. So let's use basically this option. Why? It's long. Okay. Okay, so slide one, you're looking for a co-founder for adventures, bad dance moves, and great conversations. I don't know. Tell me if it's wrong, okay? Why I think we could be a high growth partnership because I you like people who are ambitious, intelligent, slightly older, emotionally mature, fun loving. I love this slide. I can already see how it will be designed.
I
Okay,
think the
core
DMs are going to be filled tomorrow.
बस बस यही भेजना है अब तुम्हें विजन स्टेटमेंट बिल्डिंग एक्साइटिंग थिंग्स travel to places we can't pronounce correctly. Okay, that
That's
that'll be interesting.
that'll be
So,
interesting.
okay, so this I like. Comparative advantages: ambition, intelligence, maturity,
I
fun
know.
factor, adventure index. Say yes to new restaurants, random road trips, weird hobbies, and experiences that become stories later. Wow.
I love
I
the
That's
think
adventure index. I
actually
think that
nice.
is so genius.
see,
Yeah.
ChatGPT can do everything. I don't know then. Okay. So why you still need Chetan, Alicia, is because don't use this deck as is. Okay. Okay. So tell me a little more about you so we can fine tune it and also design it the way it should be so it attracts the right suitors for you. Okay. And that's
Yeah.
why you need Chetan and Honest Create. I had to plug that in. Why this whole conversation if it won't don't plug in my own thing? Like Chetan, Chat GPT did the deck for Alicia. What will you do? I'm like, this is Chat GPT's prompt that Chetan only gave. Now let's give better prompts, right?
Yeah.
So thoughts, Lisa, was that the right pitch deck for her?
I liked it actually because I think what you like, I like where you're going with compatibility because a lot of people go with like criteria but not compatibility. And I think that has to do with going on a lot of apps and like filtering and sorting. But you are really looking for a person like versus a criteria, right? So at the end of the day, like your compatibility with someone's based on your connection with them, right? And based on their like characteristics, which I really love and it's so refreshing and like act, like just a quick side note, when people ask me to do introductions, a lot of people come to me with like a resume list, and I usually say no because I don't like to introduce based on like resume lists. I introduce based on compatibility and what people tell me about themselves and what I know about themselves. So I absolutely like loved like how you expressed what you were looking for because it sounds like you really know who you are and you really know what you would love from your a future partner. So, and I think ChatGPT with Chetan's prompt really was able to put all that together. So now we need this
Yeah.
on LinkedIn, and then we're all set.
That's all. That's how we'll go viral, right? We have all now. We have everything, every masala. Alicia, I don't know. Hopefully, you get someone from this whole viral thing. We are definitely getting famous. Hopefully, you also get a lot of suitors, as Darika said, in your DM. Bring in a lot more people, right? But how was this segment, Maya? Did you like it?
I loved it. It was informative. I learned so much from everyone, both like in terms of business, in terms of connection. It was funny and entertaining, and like it felt like a breath of fresh air, and like the everyday founder experience of working and dissecting and
Yeah.
meeting deadlines. This was very refreshing, but so valuable. So thank you so much for having us.
Awesome. Yeah, I tried to keep that balance. Alexandra, your thoughts. Obviously, you can say something nice like Maya, but you don't have to. Okay.
You're
No, this was so great. I totally echo everything that Maya shared. I love the diversity of this group. We're all doing different things. We are from different parts of the world, and yet we're also so connected. And it kind of just brings brings me back to this idea about humanity and connections and relationships. And, especially in this age of AI, Maya always reminds me, human at the helm, which we learned at high tech. Like we have to remember our human characteristics. And yeah, I just think this reinforces our common humanity and how
Yeah.
we can be so different and can also be so similar. And we need to just continue building bridges.
Amazing. Bridge. Talk about bridge. The Darika is there with in front of the bridge. Darika, your thoughts on today's panel. Was it fun for you to wake you up till midnight in India?
Yeah, I totally loved it because the three, I mean, topics that we had were, somehow aligned. And, there's this thing like trust building, which is kind of related with all the three topics that you had chosen. So I had a fun time, especially the last activity that you did.
Yeah.
That was fun. Okay, great. And
Yeah.
we don't have to do it only once. By the way, the point of live streaming for me is I do it every day, 1 p.m. I want to keep bringing people, and I only know as many people. So you all are welcome to come again. Come in separate
Yeah.
sessions if you want to, if you're talking something else, and feel free to do it. But I think I really thought that this universe made that happen to kind of bring it all together. So obviously, Maya and me, were the first ones I talk. Okay, I have someone for Monday. I have someone for Wednesday, Thursday. So I checked with Maya, are
Okay.
you available to do it on Tuesday? She said yes. And then Lisa and me had already spoken that she'll come and we'll do pitching and this. And Lisa, you both already know each other. Why don't you come? And then Alicia have been anyway, coming to my pilot sessions last week. She's been nice to help me just come and talk. And I thought today, because of what you're building, Maya and Alexandra, she would be great to bring her. And then also because she's single, and I asked her, and then if she's okay, and Lisa is there, so it worked out well. And then Darika, we had been talking about personal branding for a while, and I keep talking to her, and like, isn't everything about personal branding anyway? Whether it's dating, whether
Absolutely.
it's pitching, it's like your personal brand, right? At the end of the day, I think what you talked today, Darika, was just the tip of the iceberg. We can, have this session again, maybe, after 2 weeks or something. But I had a lot of fun, and I would love to hear, Lisa's, your thoughts, and Alicia, your thoughts as well.
Yeah, I think this was really great. I love like the blended themes and also blended experiences. Like we all come from different um kind of industries, and but we do have a lot of commonalities and different stages of our lives. So I think this really did work out really well, because you wouldn't think like it's just in a like initially that putting together pitching LinkedIn and um kind of personal branding and other types of themes can work out. But I love how we all came together on this. I think this was really amazing.
Thank you, Alicia. Your thoughts now that are the DMs already coming, or I mean, unfortunately, we didn't have like millions of viewers already, but someday we will. So
Yeah, of course. I think that was an excellent idea. You tried to make me viral. That was funny. But yeah, I always love to be part of communities. And it was good to meet you, Alexandra and Lisa and Maya, because it's good to chat with women who have been trying to help other women. And just listening up to your perspective helps all the time. A fun session. I learned a lot. And I think we stay connected that way.
yeah, you stay connected, but every time you connect, you have to come on the live stream to connect. Okay, that's my only condition. Okay.
I do want to say, Alicia, that if your pitch deck works and you end up finding a partner, I think we should all be invited to your wedding. Just
Oh,
saying.
Wow,
wow.
for
Yeah,
sure.
exactly.
I've never been to
And
India.
Very interesting. Yeah, right.
it's actually one of my things. I really want people I know here in Canada to make them see India, from my lens, because obviously I've lived there. And when you go to India, it's so much about just knowing from what's on Google and all. And sometimes people can have all kind of experiences, but there's so much beauty in India to show. So I would be excited if that wedding happens, and we all go from here, Alicia. Hopefully that
And
happens.
and hopefully by then we are all going to be such successful entrepreneurs that we'll be flying first class and
First
living it
class,
up.
yeah. I like that. I like how we manifest, and on that note,
Yes.
I would like to just maybe say a prayer, if that's okay. Just nothing religious, but just to the universe to make this happen. And then we close on that note. Okay. So to the universe, thanks a lot for making this happen. I think everybody on that panel was just meant to meet today, and Maya, Alexandra, Lisa, they all knew each other, but I think today, we got to know so much more about each other. Alicia, Dia, and Darik also are here from another country, another continent, different time zone, but how we are connected here today is because of how, the universe does its magic. And I wish they all fulfill their ambitions, their manifestations, and yeah, to the world where peace should prevail. And that's it. Amen.
Amen.
And
Awesome. So hope that was good, and have a good day. Thanks for being part of this. Take care. Bye bye.
hi.